ब्लैक हो रही है ऐसे बंदे।
किसी की बैग हो गई।
अरे बंदे आ रहे, पूरी स्क्वाड आ रही है। एक नौ का दीपक भाई, एक नौ का।
हमें दिख रहा है यहाँ पर एनर्जी मेरे बेस्ट कर।
मेरे को भी दिख रहा है।
रिवाइव कर रहा, मेरी गेम थोड़ी लैग हो रही है।
तो मैं रुको, मैं आ रहा हूँ।
दोनों
अभी सामने बताइए, तू बताइए ना बोलो।
मैं भी गया।
और बताइए, तेरे को बोल रहा हूँ, समझ नहीं आ रही।
बच रहा हूँ, ऐसे बचा सकते हो? नहीं बचा सकते, आओगे जब तो। आ रहे मेरी तरफ, भाग के आ रहे। वो से रिवाइव कर रहा है आई थिंक। मेरी गेम थोड़ी लैग कर रही है इसलिए। रिवाइव हो रहे। गैंगस्टर मुझे बचा, गैंगस्टर तबाही छोड़, मुझे बचा। और M760 यार मुझे दे दे एक बार। M760 दे दे मेरे भाई। थोड़ी देर बाद ले लियो यार M416। अभी UMP यूज़ कर ले थोड़ी। UMP देता रहूँ एमओ। अरे मैं ये यूज़ करूँ ना। चल
मैं धीरे बोलो यार साला।
फॉलो कर मुझे, फॉलो कर।
वहाँ से भी यहाँ से भी
M416 दिलाता है मेरे को, फॉलो कर।
यार धीरे बोल कह रहा हूँ।
एक सेकंड, इधर आ मेरे पीछे। अरे आना, मैं दे रहा हूँ यार, फटाफट।
एक बंदा माइक बंद करो पहले।
मैं तो सब कुछ बंद कर रखा है।
एक माइक से सबको बंद कर रहा है।
ले मैं माफ कर रहा हूँ।
इसको देखना 4 बार बोल रहा है।
वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, देख।
हेल्थ किट है किसी के पास? हेल्थ किट है किसी के पास?
बंदा चूहे।
बस तुम्हारा इंतजार है, हमको सिर्फ तुमसे प्यार है, हमको सिर्फ तुमसे प्यार है।
इसको दे दे मेरे को यार। तो
हाँ लेना 6 उसमें।
किसको? हमको तो दे दो भाई। इधर भी M416 पड़ी चाहिए तो ले लो। आएगा जब ही तो दूंगा मेरे भाई। हेल्थ किट चाहिए मुझे, एक हेल्थ किट। हेल्थ किट है किसी के पास? हेल्थ किट है क्या किसी के पास?
जाने कब कहाँ मिलोगे हमसे हम सफर, कैसी दूरियां कैसा फासला, हम यहाँ पे आए सुन के प्यार की सदा, अब ना तुमसे दूर होंगे हम, तुम पे दिल क्या जानिसार है, तुम पे दिल क्या जानिसार है।
एक और मिले ना M24 तो दियो।
तुमसे प्यार है, हमको सिर्फ तुमसे प्यार है।
किधर है? एक हेल्थ किट दे दे तो। बैंडेज तो दे। लूट ला, पहले लूट ले। यार M24 दे दे यार।
ड्रॉप गिरा 380 का।
चल ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक। टेंशन लेके मुझे जाना था। टेंशन मतलब मुझे पता है। गेम लैग कर दिया।
चल यार तुझे क्या कर रहा है?
आओ ना दीपक भाई, वो ड्रॉप लूट जाएगा। किस साइड है बता भाई। देखो रहा गाड़ी छोड़ा, ऐसे चलो। ये लैग कर दी गेम। गाड़ी देते,
ये गाड़ी बेकार है भाई, तो चलती नहीं है।
और नहीं तो क्या। अरे सबसे बढ़िया पैदल आओ।
ड्रॉप है भाई, लूट चुके हैं।
मतलब दीपक भाई इसलिए मैं पैदल भगा था क्या? ग्रोजा ले लो कोई। आपकी देखो कितनी बढ़िया चल रही है।
हाँ भाई,
हाँ ये ऐसी ही है।
माइक बंद करो। तू बंद करना माइक अपना। अब बंद हुआ है। चालू कर रखा था तूने।
धीरे धीरे से मेरी जिंदगी में आना, धीरे धीरे से दिल को चुराना, तुमसे प्यार हमें है कितना जाने जाना।
MP9 गया मैं बढ़िया।
If you're going to build something from nothing, you've got to know what really works. I took a $1,000 loan and built a $5 billion business. And now I make smart investments in new businesses on Shark Tank. I'm Barbara Corcoran. Now I'm sharing my secrets on my podcast called Business Unusual. You might think that looking at someone's resume and asking them a lot of questions are the key to finding the right person for a position. You're dead wrong. Follow Business Unusual on iHeartRadio or subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
Good afternoon
Studio
and
view
welcome
on.
to Stuff You Should Know Selects. This is Charles W. Chuck Bryant here, and my pick for this week is How Mirrors Work from September 14, 2010. And boy, this one was a tough one. I remember when we had the idea of doing a show on mirrors, I thought, well, that's going to be short and not so interesting. But then I thought, oh, wait a minute. How do mirrors work? How were those things made? Where did they come from?
बच गया।
It's pretty amazing. So we get into all
अरे
that
बोट
and
नहीं है
more.
वो।
And it's a pretty fascinating episode. And this will be one where you can
मार लिया।
whip out some of these facts.
ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट हो रहा है यार तू।
And amazing to like your
कह रहा हूँ तुझे।
So enjoy How Mirrors Work right here, right now.
उल्टा जा रहा है तुझे।
दीपक भाई इधर बंदा है।
अरे यहाँ बंदा है।
अरे ये रहा ना मेरे इधर है, बोल तो रहा हूँ।
Stuff you should know from HowStuffWorks.com.
नॉक 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 नॉक। दीपक भाई एक और है उसके उधर। अरे मारना मत उसे, रुको।
There's Charles W. Chuck Bryant.
पास में एक बंदा
We're
है
about
भाई।
to talk about mirrors.
Nice setup.
Succinct, huh?
Uh-huh.
How are you?
Were you into mirrors growing
Look,
up?
now that we said, I did it succinctly, we're going to just blow like 3 minutes.
Yeah, right. No, I was asking you if you were into mirrors
Like
growing
in
up.
the mirrors growing up?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't every kid go through a phase where they're like very obsessed with their looks and mirrors and things?
Oh yeah, I was into myself. I wasn't into mirrors. They were just
बेटा ये एक को तो मैंने मार दिया.
Yeah, but
एक और उस
I was
side
reading
है.
this and I kind of was just thinking to myself, remembering laughing about. I remember being like 15 and like stopping to look at mirrors anytime there was one to see.
ब्रिज से बंदा भागता होगा ब्रिज से
And
ब्रिज
now
ब्रिज
I break them.
I forgot all about that phase of my life though until you just brought it up.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah,
पीछे
it's
से गाड़ी आ
nice
रही थी
to be able to not look at a mirror.
हमारे
Like
पीछे
some
गाड़ी है.
days I'll go out, after getting ready in the
वहाँ
morning.
चढ़ जाएंगे,
I
वहाँ
have
चढ़
no
जाएंगे,
idea
वहाँ
what
से
I
तो
actually look like. But I'm so, and this is cross-pollination with an earlier podcast, I suffer from body dysmorphic disorder so badly that I don't really know what I look like anyway.
What do you think you look like?
I think I look a bit like the
Tom
guy
Selleck?
from Taxidermia.
What's that?
It's not pleasant.
Okay. Well, you don't, my friend. I don't even know what he looks like. But I
सब
can tell
लेट
you.
जाओ सब लेट जाओ.
I appreciate that, Chuck. Chuck, do you want to hear what I had in store? Like, I could not come up with an intro for this.
Let's hear it.
Webster's defines mirror.
God.
I'm kidding. I was going to say something equally bad, though. It was going to be something along the lines with, mirrors are ubiquitous. I've seen at least 6 of them today.
Wow.
They weren't always that way, though, Chuck.
Well, it says in the article here that full-length mirrors have only been around 400 years. That didn't seem right.
That's not right.
Oh, really?
No. Full-length mirrors, there's a type of full-length mirror
बम
that has
किसने
been
फेंका ये?
around for about 400 years. Full-length mirrors is
तुम्हारे
as far
इधर ही
as I
हूँ
know,
मैं,
mirrors
टाइट हो गया.
capable of reflecting a full image of a person. Have been around since about the 1st century AD, actually.
Wow.
And mirrors, us using surfaces, polished surfaces,
Right.
to see our own reflection, has been around since about 6000 BC.
Holy cow.
Yeah, the earliest ones were found in Anatolia, Turkey,
Wow.
and they're polished obsidian.
Yeah, it's a volcanic glass.
Yeah,
So it's dark. It's interesting, but it still produced the best reflection, I guess, at the time.
at the time. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta go with what we had to work with, right?
Well, yeah, but then after that, it led them to like silver
phone आ गया था यार.
and copper, polished reflections, basically.
And Chuck, I don't know if you've ever
मैं
held a
report
hunk
अबे आ जाओ जल्दी आ जाओ बम मार दो यार यहाँ पे.
I have.
or bronze
I haven't.
or silver.
I have.
Okay.
जल्दी आ जाओ इधर आ जाओ एक बंदा इधर आ जाओ जल्दी मेरे पास.
Right, so
देखो भाई, help करो ना.
जल्दी आ जाओ जल्दी से.
मैं बंदे को कवर दे रहा हूँ. रुको.
अबे कवर टाइम हो रहा है जल्दी आ जाओ. जोन आने वाला
Yeah,
है.
they were just kind of decorative at first.
बंदा भी तो इधर ही है, अंकित भी है.
मेरे को दूर है भाई,
you
तू
also
इधर आ
have to be
जा.
extremely
जल्दी
smart
जल्दी.
to
Yeah.
own one of these,
Sure.
right? And then around
बंदा देखो ये रहा.
the Middle
कह रहा दूर है.
Ages, we became capable of making
दो नंबर तू कहाँ
glass.
है?
Right.
And all of a sudden, it was like mirror technology just takes a huge leap forward.
Well, true,
वो जहाँ
but
तू है वहीं बंदा
not
है.
super forward because the sand was pretty.
मेरे को भी यही लग रहा है.
And they used to make the glass.
कुछ
So
ब्लैक है
I
उधर.
think they said in the article it wasn't until like the Renaissance
Yeah.
that it kind of really started.
अरे इधर ही है, ये
becoming
रहा.
more
अरे यार
polished,
सामने
if you
बंदा
will.
सामने बंदा सामने बंदा पत्थर के पास.
And then the Venetians are who really, with the glass and everything, they just took it around with it.
Well, even so, if you successfully made a
उसके
mirror,
पास मत घूमो, एक और बंदा है पास
it
में.
was probably extremely expensive as well.
Yeah.
Because they were so rare. The process of manufacturing a mirror very infrequently produced a usable mirror.
एसकेएस बढ़िया, एनर्जी ड्रिंक व्रिंक सब है, इसको कुछ चाहिए तो ले लो.
Melted molten
मैं जोन में जाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ.
Yeah,
onto glass, which
Yeah.
almost always broke the glass.
sure.
So when it didn't, I'm sure you're just like,
पैरों की आवाज आ रही है, पैरों की आवाज आ रही है.
7 years, I'm so excited. Right. But then when I was reading this article, I didn't really think about it. That's what a mirror is, isn't it? I've even seen the back of mirrors
Yeah.
and been like, oh, there's like metal, looks like spray painted on the back. That's exactly
बता
right.
नहीं सकता गेम
And that
कितनी
was
लग
the
कर रही है.
process, what's it called, silvering?
Yeah, yeah.
देखो भाई इधर बंदा इधर है.
By a guy named Justus von Liebig. And in 1835,
अरे
he
बहुत
figured
पास
out
है.
how to spray
देखो
very
पूरी
thin
टोली
layers
बना के
of
बैठी हुई है.
oil,
पूरी टोली बैठी हुई है
on
दीपक
the
भाई.
back or on one side of a glass. And they're my friend,
देखो.
the modern mirror.
Yeah, and now I think they make it now by heating
देखो.
aluminum in a vacuum and kind of much the same way, or different
देखो.
methods, but the same concept.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, I
देखो।
wanted to say, when you were talking about the
मेरे सामने बंदा
Renaissance,
पहाड़ी
the
पे।
Venetians,
Right.
पहाड़ी पे मार रहा हूँ
they,
वो
I
शिट
guess
शिट
they
शिट
had
मुझ में
this
पड़ रही है
mirrors
Yeah.
under wraps.
अरे मुझे कोई कवर दो ना
Very much so.
हाँ, एक स्नाइपर मारी मुझे, एक
if
में knock out.
you were a mirror maker,
मैं भी तो knock हूँ।
got
मैं
out
cover ले रहा हूँ।
जल्दी भाई,
told
चूजे जल्दी।
someone how to make mirrors.
एक गोली मुझे छूती हुई गई है अभी बच गया
जल्दी
था।
जल्दी चूजे भाई थे
Trade secret.
उससे पहले हम
बंदा तो दिखे यार
अरे
तुम इधर आना, इधर।
अरे बहुत दूर है वो बहुत दूर है
जल्दी आ।
दीपक भाई एक बार मुझे हेल्प कर दो पहले पहले अंकित भैया को करो अंकित को करो
Right?
Yeah, I
अंकित
never
भैया को करो
considered that.
मैंने दो को नॉक कर दिया
हो
उधर
गया भाई,
Something that would become a
मैंने दो को
hallmark
मार
of
दिया
all
भाई।
world.
मैंने भी दो को नॉक कर दिया था
Right. Before that, you couldn't
किल
draw
कितना?
yourself because you
अबे तो
couldn't
पीछे
see
मेरे
yourself.
माउस को देगा
The thing-
7 kill मेरे को करो मेरे को करो
But I mean, you're going to use like maybe a pond or
तुम्हारा मेरा माउस
a
को
piece of
देगा
polished metal,
Okay.
something like that.
Imagine like
करो
माउस को
coming
लाने
out and looking at a pond and going back and sitting down now as opposed to having
सामने है पहाड़ी पे बंदे थे
really simplified it.
It's
तो स्नाइपर
also
है।
not
एक गोली में ठाऊं हुआ है।
coincidental that
मेरे पे M24 है मैं भी तो मार रहा हूँ ना
mirrors
इतनी देर
came
से
about at the same time that linear perspective
दो शॉट मारे थे
was
नॉक हो
introduced
गए
into art. Yeah, there's a guy in
ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे गाड़ी सी आ रही हो
called Bruno Leschi.
Felipe Brunelleschi?
Nice, Chuck. Thank you
बंदा
for
है
doing
वो मार तो लगा
that.
उसको
And
अच्छा मेरे को दिख गया
he, I guess, discovered linear perspective because I think it's one of those things that was always there.
Right.
We just stumbled
कितना
upon
बच
it
के
through mirrors. That's how we
Health
figured
kit.
it out. Yeah.
कर दिया ना
You
Health kit है?
all of a sudden,
हेल्थ किट है ना लो ना
perspective really comes into focus.
Right.
अरे यार
मार
एक
दिया मार दिया डालो
Scientist said, hey, we
उसके बाद गिल्ली सूटता है, लो,
make
health kit लो।
reflecting
चलो
telescope.
जल्दी आ जल्दी
And that was what you were at.
अपन तो जोन में ही है
गला किट ले गया
ये रहा ना आपके बगल में, ये drop कर लो। दो चलेगी?
पहाड़ पे चल रहा है जिस पहाड़ पे वो खड़े थे जल्दी आ जाओ
Very well done.
रुक जाओ हेल्थ किट ले दो एक बार
Mirrors were also used by very, very famous
Drink ले लो
scientist,
कितने?
early scientist named Archimedes, supposedly.
Yeah.
I wrote an article on Archimedes' death ray.
Oh, did you write that?
Yeah.
मर
did you
गए
ever
मर
read it?
गए
I did back in a while ago. Just
बताना,
out of
बताना,
interest.
बताना।
How about that?
Thanks a lot, man. Sure. Did you see in
कवर फायर तो करोगे नहीं साला कोई सा भी है ना
I remember it was one of the Ivy League
भाई तेरे पीछे
schools
भागते हुए आ रहे थे
trying to set things
तुम्हारा
on
तो एक भी
fire
गोली लग
with
रही?
the system of mirrors that
ये
क्या हुआ?
तेरे पीछे हूँ
Succeeded.
That's who it was.
बंदा किधर है
They succeeded.
Yes.
मुझे नहीं पता भाई
And the
देखो क्या
Mythbusters claimed it was busted. Like they set a small fire.
अच्छी बात
but
है चल रही थी
I
ये
think
नहीं
they
कवर फायर
busted
कर
it
दो
because they said it wasn't
देख
enough.
भी रहे बंदा है कि नहीं मैं जा रहा वो भी नहीं देख रहे
मैं तो सही है मैं तो ड्रिंक लेने के लिए रुक गया
Fire on that boat.
Sure.
And it,
Thank you, Mr. Udega.
I mean, I saw the setup online today. It was
नहीं मेरे
pretty
पे तो
massive.
नहीं है
Yeah.
अबे गोली मार रहा है मुझे कोई
मर गया भाई अब तो तू नहीं देगा मुझे दिख गया बंदा सामने है
तो बताया क्यों नहीं
Or maybe he did.
आपने दिखाया
Plus
मुझे
they had, I think they
मर
used
गया?
pretty good
मेरे को बताओ किधर है
जब ऐसे खेलोगे आपस आपस में
Archimedes and his trigger.
किधर है
तुम मेरे को बताते तो मैं भी देख लेता उस टाइम मैं छुट्टा था
अरे अब तो बताओ किधर है यार लड़ रहे हो मैं तो
कैसे
जिंदा हूँ
बताऊं
It's a way to
र र र र र र र र
ground
तेरी
topside.
Oh,
तू
really?
मरेगा जब पता चलेगा
ये नीचे नहीं उतर पाएगा यहाँ से आज पहाड़ी से नीचे नहीं जाओ तुमने देंगे सर
ये देखो ना
वो रहा था पहाड़ में दिखा
ये देखो ना मार दिया
बोला था वहीं पहाड़ी पे ही है तो पता नहीं तो फिर
मैं तो सो ही कर रहा हूँ पहाड़ पे
बताएगा जब मर गया जब बता रहे हैं
Force.com, which means we're pretty much obligated to discuss the physics of whatever we're talking about anytime. we
लाइक
talk.
कर देना लाइक
That's
कर
true.
देना
And mirrors are definitely one of those.
अगली बार
मुझे भी लाइक
Yes.
है
So Chuck, take it away.
Well, I can cover the first part because it makes sense to me. The law of
क्या रहा अगली
reflection.
बार
Josh says that when you bounce a ray of
बटन
light
दबा
off the
देता, नहीं तो मैं
surface, it
करता नहीं।
bounces back off in a certain way. And it is the angle of incidence is when it comes in, the angle of reflection is when it bounces off,
Right.
and it matches. So
ये मेरे को ही मिला बक्सा का कैसे खोलता है
down the article, which makes sense to me. It's like a sunset.
कहाँ पे
The sun's very low on the horizon, so it bounces off at a low angle, or approaches the water at a low angle, like a lake, let's say.
Right.
Then it bounces off of that lake at the same low angle, like
क्या मिला मुझे?
face.
Right.
ये-
But
ये
it's
But it seems brighter.
ये क्या होता है कि
Sun's
तुझे
overhead.
खोलता है
150 आपने कर लिया ना तो आपको
sunlight is
चीजें
coming
मिलेंगी
down
काफी।
under the lake and
ये
it's
तीन मुर्गियाँ।
reflecting back out basically
हाँ, ये
over
तीन
your head.
मुर्गियाँ।
Yeah,
You're looking at a horizontal angle pretty much.
right.
And this is happening on a vertical angle.
Yeah, that's why you'll get like more glare at a sunrise or a sunset scenario.
फोन दियो
नॉट अ गुड टाइम टू पिकअप छोड़ रहा गेम चला है यार
देख उठ तो नहीं गया तरीके से
आवाज आ रही है
एक सेकंड
क्या कर रहा तू ये
ना
यार भाई चूजे क्या कर रहा है यार
बंदा तो मुझे भेजेगा
छोड़ ना 3 चलते हैं क्या जरूरी है बंदा चाहिए
वो कर लो ऑटोमेटिक बंद कर लो 3 ही आएंगे
ये
ये
देखो
आपके शर्मा आया हुआ है
लक्की
रोहित के घर पे
कौन
छोड़ो रहने दो तुम।
कौन लक्की वो राहुल
पता नहीं
राहुल भी खेलता है, दीपक रोहित भाई भी खेलता है।
And the
And
way
मैं
you're saying that
कीड़ा लगा के
angle of
आता है।
incidence equals the
इसको
angle of
बंद कर पहले,
reflection,
इसको
right?
देखो।
Indeed. If you take
चल रहा है।
if a beam of
गाना
light
चलाना तो बिल्कुल
is
slow
shot
आवाज में
at a
गाना
90
चलाना।
degree
Slow तो है आवाज
angle,
इसकी।
let's say
भाई अब कान में लग रही है।
80 degree angle,
अबे लीड लगाई है कान में तेरे लग रही है,
is
चुप
at
कर।
80 degree angle.
Right.
So both are at 80 degrees, but if you look at the whole thing,
मसीह का देवता,
the incidence
मुझे
and
like
the
नहीं,
reflection
मुझे नहीं
is
मिला
going to
6 point
cover
plus,
160
आप दोनों को
degrees,
मिल
right?
Yes.
Right.
लाइक ज्यादा कर रही थी ना गेम। इन्होंने ये भी बता दिया वाला है, तो बता
Attention everyone, stop what you're doing because it's time for
मैंने इन्हें दो
Stamps.com.
हेल्थ किट भी दी थी।
That's right. We know you're busy, and you know you don't have time.
मैं
to go
देखना
to the
चाह रहा था
post
बंदा
office.
किधर है, वो
You'll
मुझे
get it.
शॉट करे यार,
Real
फिर मैं
hassle.
देख रहा
That's why
ये
Stamps.com
क्या
will
कर रहे हो?
swoop in on their white horse to save the day.
Yep, Stamps.com brings all the amazing services of the US
आपने भी लड़की ले रखी थी क्या?
right to your computer.
ये खोल लो, देख, कपड़े खोल लो ना।
Invoices,
कैसे खोलते हैं?
shipping out
देखो।
products. All you do is use your computer to print official
ये
US
कपड़ा है।
postage, 24/7
इसे दबाऊंगा
send
मैं।
letter, any
वो VP पे बोलता है, VP
कोई
पे।
भी निकल सकता है यहाँ से, समझ
Once
गया
it's
ना?
ready, hand it off to your friendly
तीन
mail
नंबर
carrier,
पकड़ा है ना, वो भी
drop it
निकल
in the
पाएगा।
mailbox. It's that simple.
That's right, everyone. Save
but
time
वहाँ
and
से कोई
money
भी
today.
देखो,
Their special
निकल
offer
जाएगा।
that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage.
रुको, रुको, मैं भी आपको
Digital
cover देता।
sale with no
रुको ना, मैं भी
long-term
cover देता।
commitments. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the home page, and type in
बोलो, बोलो,
stuff.
बोलो।
कैम चार्ली चल रहा है,
Enter stuff.
कैम चार्ली।
फॉलो करना है तेरे को।
मेरा नाम लिखा है उधर, नाम पढ़ो मेरे, किलर का नाम।
फॉलो करना है तो जल्दी से हो जाए। कैम चल रही है उधर से। अबे जल्दी उतर तू। अबे उतरना है।
All right, so that's the first part. That explains how light reacts.
अरे कहाँ जा रहे हो?
And that's what a smooth surface
वाहन पे जा रहे हो?
most things, like say, look at my hand, man. Take a look at these hands.
तुम अजीब हो यार।
The
कैम चार्ली तूने बोला
light
कैम
that's
चार्ली
bouncing
जा
off
रहे हैं।
them,
तू बड़ा
what's
पागल
giving
वाली
us
बातें
the
कर रहा
ability to
है।
see
एक
these
टेप उतर गई है, ध्यान रखना।
awesome hands is
बंदूक उठा के एक सारे मेरे साथ में आ जाओ।
are they smaller than average size?
No, they're bigger than mine. I got small hands.
म्यूट तो करोगे नहीं एक
So you
दूसरे
have
को।
small hands. Let's see. Yeah, those are like.
चलो यार सही है, म्यूट नहीं कर रहा ना, आपकी कमांड सुनाई तो दे रही
I've
है।
got hair on my first knuckles. Yeah.
Robin Williams.
देखो भाई इधर पैरों के निशान दिखाई दे रहे हैं, पर मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं है।
And judge their
क्या करूं?
size and
तीन बंदों के पैरों के निशान
scale
हैं।
is what's called diffuse reflection, which
अरे
the light that's coming off of all
अरे यार।
these light bulbs right now are hitting all these different areas,
तीन बंदे
different
यार।
surfaces on my
अरे बिछा
hands,
दिया
right,
दादा।
and bouncing off. It's being
जल्दी बचा लो
scattered.
मुझे।
The mirror,
मैं भी या
the
तुम का।
reflective surface,
तुम पहले घुस लो ना।
what we have is
बचा
called
ले।
specular reflection. And that is
VSS
where
यूज करो,
it's
VSS।
pretty close to the law of reflection, where the angle's coming in at one, or the light's coming
सामने
in
छत
at
पे
one
बंदा
angle,
भाई वो रहा।
coming off the
ये VSS यूज नहीं कर रहा है, VSS लगाओ ना।
भाई तो रुक
opposite
जा।
direction, right? Which is why we're allowed to see ourselves in a piece of glass with metal on the back.
Yeah.
And what this
देखना हट
creates
जाओगे।
when you're looking at yourself is called the virtual image, right? I
Yeah.
find it fascinating.
Yeah, me too. And it's a little brain melty for me. Of
It
course.
is.
बुला लिया उसने, सामने देखो।
You realize, like, well, you've
Wait,
grown
wait,
up
wait,
around
wait,
mirrors the
wait.
whole time,
दो बंदे हैं।
and no one has
बम
any
फेंक रहा है।
concept of
निकलो निकलो, बम फेंक
how
दिया
they
उसने।
work, right?
Yeah.
We just take for granted that they do work, but you don't
वाह।
really give much thought to how they're working, right?
Yeah.
Like the Venus effect. Did you read about that?
भागने तो बहुत साथ दे रहे हो तुम।
explain that. Because this is where, when we talk about...
भाग कहाँ से
actually,
रहे
the
हो?
भाग ले,
effect is
reload
the
बाद में
two
करियो
different
भाई।
things. And both of them kind of melt my brain. The left and right being reversed, which is not actually true.
Right.
And then the Venus effect. So let's talk about both of those.
Okay, well, the Venus effect is basically just shows
एक हम ले लो।
how little we can grasp. or
हेल्थ
how
बढ़ाना
little
क्या
we
कर रहा है?
Right.
grasp.
हेल्थ रहेगी तो बढ़ाएंगे ना।
If you
हाँ, तो
look
सही है।
at paintings of the Venus de
हम
Milo,
तो रहेंगे। हम देखो तुम।
the goddess,
मैं कैसे बनाते हो?
almost always she's holding a hand mirror,
Yeah.
and in the painting you can see
एक
her
हम ले
face in
लेनी
the
चाहिए थी
mirror,
तुम्हें।
but she's looking at herself in the mirror,
Right.
and her face is painted in the mirror for the benefit of the viewer. But you take for
पता ही
granted
नहीं
that she's
लगा।
viewing herself,
उसका तो पता ही
when in
नहीं लगा।
actuality, if
हाँ, तो
you
मैंने-
could see Venus's face in the mirror, she wouldn't be able to see herself. She'd see you in the mirror,
Right.
because of that angle or the law of reflection.
Yeah, and that's the only way I finally understood that was when I remembered, like, in my film set days, when you shoot a person
देखो रहा है, वो
looking
देखो
in a
जाली से
mirror,
बाहर देखो।
they don't see themselves in the mirror clearly because
VSS यूज करो, VSS।
So the mirror is angled, and it looks like they're looking at themselves in primping, but they're not seeing themselves. It's pretty cool.
Right.
So that makes sense to me now.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. The other
Left
thing
कूदो,
is
right
left and
देखो।
right.
सबर रख
Yeah.
It's not actually left and right.
Yeah, this one was a little brain melty, but I think I finally got it too.
Okay, so consider that what you're seeing isn't actually your reflection, but another version of
मम्मी भी आई है।
yourself in the mirror world, right?
Right.
If you look at it that way, then the mirror represents the halfway point. It's always halfway between you and your virtual self.
Right.
Right? Because your virtual self, that image
जब तक
of
बंद कर
yourself
दो
in
ना,
the mirror,
चार्ज खत्म कर
is
रहे हो।
always twice as it's always 2 times away from you. With the
देखो
mirror,
राइट, दीपक भाई देखो सामने।
Right.
so you're 2 feet from the mirror,
कूद गया वो,
and
तो
your
मैं देखता
virtual
हूँ,
self
कूदा
is another 2 feet away from you.
Right.
You see what
राइट
I'm
देखो
saying?
हो रहा।
Yeah, and the left and right thing isn't really left and right. It's really front and back.
That's right.
ऊपर आ रहा है, वो ऊपर आ रहा है।
Again, think of yourself as the virtual image.
Yup.
Yes.
You walk into the mirror world. You go another 2 feet away from
Oh,
where
नहीं
you're
तो क्या?
standing. So you're 4 feet away from where you're
I'm
standing. You
gonna
turn around.
दो उसकी मम्मी दो दो दो
Which is weird because it
देख रहा
actually
हूँ,
gives
दीपक भाई को
the
देख रहा हूँ।
virtual image
जब
some-
साजिद से नहीं खेल रहा ने
मैंने कितने गेम खेले?
खेल तो नहीं रहा लेकिन हाँ साथ में बैठा हमारे
It's a little creepy.
सच बता दो मैंने
So
कितने
when you're
गेम
looking
खेले?
at a mirror, it's not a
ये पागल हो
reflection
रहेगा इस
of you from the mirror's perspective. It's like the one
दो
example
से
they
तीन
gave
में नहीं
was if
खेलेंगे
you wrote
मुश्किल से।
something on a piece of paper
ऑन तो भी तेरे
and then held that paper up to the light and looked at it from the back, it would appear backwards.
Right.
But it's not.
Right.
You're just behind it.
Yes. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting stuff.
And I gotta say, two things. When you mentioned doing mirrors, I said to myself, really? And then when we told Jerry what we were doing this one, she was like, but I think it's much more interesting than I originally thought.
Well, again, it's like
वो आपको मारे की तब से ही रहोगे।
you know, like we have to know that if we're going
देखो
to
रहा।
understand absolutely everything.
एक शॉट लगा दो।
in the world.
Which is our mission.
एक शॉट लगा लो, ना पड़े तो आपने दमादम बोल देना, फ्लेयर लो। अभी यूज कर लो, अभी यूज
We're
कर लो।
talking about virtual images.
Yeah.
There's actually a way to project a real image,
Right.
where this thing isn't in the
अरे
it's outside
अब
of
इस
the
पे
mirror.
कूद, इस पे गिरेगा।
It's not really there. It's a
कहीं भी
projected
गिरे तो
image,
Right.
and that uses
लूटना नहीं है।
concave mirrors. You might be familiar with holograms,
Yes.
right?
Is that the same concept? then?
Yeah. It uses concave mirrors. And actually, if you want to see a really cool example of a hologram produced by a set of
किधर है बंदा?
concave and flat mirrors, you should type in Mirage. And
मेरा
YouTube.
गाना लगा लो यार।
It's lowercase, just Mirage, and it's a little piggy. And it's pretty cool, the demonstration that this guy does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
But Chuck, there's concave and convex, right?
Yeah, convex is the one that curves outward and it reflects at a wider angle near the edges in the center. So things are actually smaller and you can cover more area. So that's why they'll use those. They'll stick them on like your passenger mirrors so you can see more area around your car.
बंदा दिख रहा है आपको
And it
किधर है?
also notes, objects are smaller than they appear, or closer than they appear.
ऊपर रोड की तरफ तो है,
Objects
रोड
are
की
smaller
तरफ
than they appear.
But they are smaller than they.
Yeah, they would.
पेड़ का कवर लेकर रखो, वो जोन भी है तो इसलिए इधर ही आएंगे।
Yeah, and they actually there have been rumors.
और आप
over the
आगे
years
ऊपर
that
देखो आपके।
department stores put convex mirrors, slightly convex mirrors, in their changing rooms to make you like appear taller and thinner in the clothing that you try on.
Remember that Seinfeld where Elaine like buys like
इधर चले जाओ।
figures out that they had a skinny mirror and Barney's or Bloomingdale's.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
अपने ऊपर तो देखो टाट पे।
Probably urban legend, but
मुझे लगता है चला ही नहीं है तुमने।
Chuck, the other one, like we said, was concave, converging. We use this for holograms. They also use that to light the Olympic torch.
yeah, I didn't realize that either.
I think that's a nod to Archimedes too.
Probably so.
You're
देखो कहाँ गिरा पड़ा।
more
देख रहे हो कहाँ गिरा पड़ा?
acquainted with
लेफ्ट आपके बिल्कुल घर के आगे गिरा है वो, घर के आगे।
no concave
Oh, देखो।
for like
हाँ।
shaving or
इसके आगे गिरा हुआ है घर के।
portable mirrors that show your
उन्होंने लूट भी लगता है।
tail.
राइट देखो राइट।
Awful.
They really are.
Don't ever look in those.
Non-reversing mirror, which really is pretty simple. It's just two mirrors perpendicular to each other, right?
Yeah, and the deal is with that, they meet at the angle, and so you technically can see a line
वो देखो वो आ रहा है, राइट से देखो, राइट से बंदा आ रहा है।
down the center of you. They don't make like a flat, single non-reversing mirror.
No, they don't. I think it's
reload
really
कर ले बेटा
cool.
तो
दो है।
Like they don't make it, like they're not interested. It just can't be done.
Well, what's funny is there's a guy named John Derby who has a patent in 1887 when he was alive. He had a patent for a non-reversing mirror by sticking two mirrors together.
Yeah.
I could get a patent for that. I could fill out the
Reload कर
patent
रहा है यार।
application for that.
कौन समझा इसे?
Yeah, it's like take mirror A and stick it perpendicular to mirror B.
रिलोड करने में मर गया नहीं तो मार दे दो।
Well, then John Derby's so famous.
आसान है क्या?
Hopefully it ran out by now. Just
मुश्किल भी नहीं है, इतना मुश्किल भी नहीं है।
Josh, two-way mirrors. as seen in every cop shakedown movie ever made.
Yes, now this is fascinating, Chuck. How does a two-way mirror work?
Well, it's really pretty easy. It's just it's the same concept of a mirror, but it's a very thin,
हम उसका वेट कर रहे हैं
it's very much a lighter reflection.
अंकित भी इधर आसपास स्विमिंग पूल की तरह
And the coated side, when it faces the lit room, some of the light reflects and some goes into the dark room behind it. So basically,
मेरे पास सीख
like,
नहीं
you
है
know, you can see only see one way. Right. Because of the light mainly.
Right. So it's
बताना
just like
पता करके बताना ठीक है
thin reflective surface where if you're not lit, if you turn on lights in both rooms, you'd be able to see through that reflective surface, right?
Yeah, it's all about the lighting.
Yeah.
And that's a movie. There's several movie mirror things that are.
आप कहाँ का नाले इधर वाला
That's one of them with the cop movie. And inevitably, the person getting questioned will always walk right up.
मुझे लगता है वो नहीं आ रहा नहीं है लूट लो कल्टी मारो
on
इधर
the
से
other side that they can't see.
Right.
And then the other favorite of mine, which one of the SNL shorts aped, was the classic horror movie scene where you look in the medicine
देखो
cabinet.
भाई
in the
स्मोक
mirror,
करके चेंज नहीं अभी रख
open
दियो
the medicine cabinet.
जो ना रहा देखो ना
The dude is right behind you.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
It is.
तो भागेगा ना
Again, on YouTube, I think there's a montage of a 4-minute, 20-second montage of that being used over and over and
Hundreds of
over
times,
again.
dude, and it still gets people.
Yeah.
देखो हो रहा
Now the whole spin is to do
Fast
that, and then there's not someone there,
Right.
and then they'll turn
निकल के देखो
around and
नहीं वो नहीं है
something.
Yeah.
Just jerking the audience around.
That's in there too.
Oh, it is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just people closing. There's someone saying there's ones where they're not standing there. Yeah.
I love those movie conventions that are. The other one too is it doesn't even do with mirrors, but the scene where someone's
ऐसे
searching
रहो,
for the
रहो।
files and the person's office after dark, and they're coming up the steps and they open the door, and you're like they're pinched, and then they open the door and the person's gone, and there's like a window open.
Right, and it's just like the curtains
Yeah,
gently blowing.
hundreds and hundreds of times it's still done. Yet I'm still like, oh my gosh, here they
बम
come.
वम मार लो
What about Poltergeist? That great classic mirror scene where the guy's
Oh,
like
yeah.
picking at that little blister and ends up pulling his whole face off.
Yeah,
That's pretty creepy.
yeah, classic.
Thank you, Toby Hooper.
Did he make that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
बोलो
great
पानी
producer.
चाहिए तेरे पैर के
That's right.
नीचे
I think he directed that.
वरन तू भी लिया तू भी खेल ली
Hi there, it's me, Josh Clark. And if you love the beautiful
बम वम मार के
music
देखो दीपक भाई
point
था तो
logo created for the end of the world with Josh Clark, then you can rejoice. It's now available
नीचे से लिया
as the original soundtrack album. 16 tracks, selected and remastered by Point Logo, capture the highs, the imagination, and the far outness of the series. And they all come together to make a really great album on its own. It's like the spirit of the series, now in a convenient capsule. You can get the End of the World with Josh Clark original soundtrack album everywhere you get music online. Apple Music, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify,
देखा?
Amazon, everywhere.
कार बजा रहा कार
Today.
और नहीं तो पड़ेगी
इसके पास भी एक कार 98 है
हाँ कोई भी हो कर रहा है क्या
स्मोक कर लो अपने इधर ही
हालत रुक जाएगी
शॉट नहीं लगा पाएगा वो आपके
इसका बाप भी लगेगा
दूसरी जगह जाएगा
नहीं पेड़ के पास ही है वो
What else, Chuck?
Well, there's some superstitions around mirrors and folklore. Summoning Bloody Mary by saying her names 3 times in a mirror, or Candyman if you're
एक गोली नहीं खतरनाक पड़ेगा पहले की दोबारा निकल देगा
That's a good one.
breaking a mirror supposedly
क्या कह रहे हो
because for 7 years because they believe that the soul regenerates every 7 years.
Yeah, that explains it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's why vampires have no soul.
मत
left
चलाओ ना
after
पोजीशन मत दो अपनी
And a couple of them I haven't heard of are if you give birth and
देखा है।
or too soon afterward, you'll see ghostly faces peek out from
देखते
behind
बड़ा
your
पट्टे
reflection.
से हेड शॉट
I've never heard that one, have you?
No. I had heard of Sitting Shiva, though.
Yeah, what's the deal with that one?
Oh, if you
यो भाई जोन में जाओ
somebody dies part of the morning,
ऑटोमेटिक किल हो जाएगा वो जोन
all the
से
mirrors in the house.
मर गया भाई मार दिया किल लेते मार
You say
दिया
that in Italian?
Shut up, Chuck. Also, we have gotten conflicting information about whether or not it is taboo among
चलो चलो
Judaism
चलो
to
चलो
be
आगे तुम आगे
cremated.
बिल्कुल पीछे आओ
आगे
notice?
देखना डर रहे हैं क्या
Yeah. And I'll stand behind what we found, which was that Reformed Jews will do it, but it's still not like encouraged,
Right.
but it is actually forbidden in the actual Jewish text.
दीपक भाई मैंने यहाँ मार्क करा ना, यहाँ पे चले जाओ.
Is that it?
I think that's about it.
यहाँ से ना आप पाइनान पे बंद होंगे, बहुत अच्छा शॉट लगा सकते हो.
If you go up to a mirror on New Year's Eve with a candle in your hand and you say the name of a dead person, probably a dead loved one, in a loud voice, their face should appear in the mirror.
Never heard that.
And this is my favorite one.
अब मैं पता कैसे मर गया, मैं कूदा इतने में मर गया,
You know how
कूदते ही मरा, गन ही नहीं मिली.
the corner of a mirror
कह रहा
every
था
once in a while?
मजा लेकिन मैं
Have you ever noticed that?
Sure.
अरे मैंने देख
Maybe there's like a mind playing tricks on me.
I'm sure it is, unless you're Chinese, pal. Then what it is are the mirror people, the mirror kingdom. There's a group of opposites who live in the mirror kingdom, and they are sworn to battle with us. Yeah.
देखो अगर मेरे पास 6 होगा तो
In this case too, but they
4 और 8
in
लगता हूँ मैं.
I guess a magic.
आगे वाली गन में हमेशा 4 ही रहेगा.
But when we catch little weird unexplained movement,
आगे वाली गन में हमेशा 4 रहता है मेरे में तो.
this is these people stirring in their sleep.
Right.
waiting
दीपक भाई मर जाओ ना, इन्हें बोर हो रहे हैं ना.
in our sleep.
हाँ?
I'll remember that next time I see something in the corner of my eye.
So that's it for mirrors. That's it. I mean, that is it.
Nothing else.
इधर देखा मैं.
There's literally nothing else to say about mirrors.
Nope.
And if you
John में
think
जाओ, John में
that
जाओ.
there is, we defy you to go to howstuffworks.com and type mirrors into the search bar. Pal.
There you go.
Yeah. Listener Milton.
Listener mail, Josh. This is a little cool organization that we want to support here. And how long have you been smoke-free, buddy?
It's over 4 months now.
Crazy.
Isn't it?
So proud.
यूज कह रहा है कि इसको भेजा तेरी फाड़ दूंगा कह
I travel
रहा है.
outside the city every weekend, listen to your podcast, and always share my new knowledge with friends.
वो वीडियो भेज रहा हूँ ना.
Needless to say, I am the Friday Night Smart
Like
Man,
this.
and I really like it. Why I'm writing, I want to promote the New York City Walk to Beat Lung Cancer. I'm one of the head chairpersons. At 28 years old, I never thought I would share anything.
लाइव देखना वीडियो
But
का
I love
देखना.
my new responsibility as I'm making a huge difference to an underdog cause.
दीपक भाई रहा.
How could cancer be an underdog?